That's an update on the border troops tonight. President Trump wants National Guard members called up immediately along the Mexican border.
Governors in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona have all said they'd activate theirs. But tonight, Jerry Brown has still not said he will cooperate. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with the latest developments. Dave?
The president wants to get this done in a hurry, but the governor says, hang on, let's hold off here and see exactly what we're getting ourselves into. The governor and his staff are communicating with the Department of Homeland Security and the White House about the movement of California National Guard troops to the Mexican border. But that does not mean that an agreement has been struck or will be struck. It's still a work in progress.
Mr. President, tell us about the border plan.
Even as the feds scramble to put President Trump's National Guard border plan into action,
we've had big fires in the past.
We've now learned that California Governor Jerry Brown is having ongoing discussions with the White House and/or Department of Homeland Security about the president's National Guard border plan. Both the governor and his staff are engaged in discussions with the feds about the role of the California National Guard. But sources at the Capitol say no decision has been made yet on whether the California National Guard will even be sent to the border. That decision, our sources said, will involve both the governor and the California National Guard officials, but it's not expected to be made this week. The Homeland Security Secretary said this about deployment decisions.
It's a partnership with the governors. It's not us telling them and sending the Guard.
The slow pace in Sacramento stands in sharp contrast to President Trump's fast-track approach, as he told reporters on Air Force One Thursday that he wants 2,000 to 4,000 National Guard troops at the Mexican border. All this at a time when there are fewer arrests for illegal border crossings than at any time since 1971, according to statistics from the Department of Homeland Security, even though they rose somewhat last month. Federal law prohibits the U.S. military from acting as law enforcement and arresting illegal border crossers. Earlier, Pentagon Chief Spokesperson Dana White sought to clarify the National Guard's role at the border.
Efforts will include aviation, engineering, surveillance, communications, vehicle maintenance, and logistical support.
The Republican governors of Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona are supportive of the National Guard plan. In the border city of Laredo, Texas, there's division about sending in the National Guard. National Border Patrol Council spokesman Hector Garza says the Border Patrol force is 2,000 agents short of being fully staffed, and the Guard could make up the difference.
This is about saving American lives, saving our Border Patrol agents' lives so they don't get assaulted, so they don't get killed, so they don't get injured.
We can see up to 5 miles.
But County Sheriff Martin Cuellar says the money being spent on the Guard moving in could be better spent on needed technology like long-range cameras.
We're missing drones, we're missing the sensors, we're missing all those technology that could, be deployed and better secure the border.
Now, critics charge the movement of the Guard to the border as a political maneuver rather than a security necessity. But the truth is, President Trump is not the first president to take this action before a midterm election. Both Presidents Obama and President George W. Bush made similar moves before their midterm. So, Suzanne, it's great to know bipartisanship is still alive, right? Democrats
right.
and Republicans have been doing
equal
it.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.